If there's prairie dogs on a development in Longmont, you must prove good faith efforts that you've tried to relocate them before you kill them. Hi, I'm Lizzie Rogers with the Longmont Observer. HSW Lands wants to redevelop an area on the east side of Longmont, but there's already prairie dogs living on this land. Before they start, they need to either relocate these prairie dogs or prove good faith efforts that they've tried to relocate them before they kill them. These are the facts of the story, and this is what we know so far. Creative Learning Systems is a business that's based in the centre of Longmont, but Longmont City need them to move for the flood development plans that are happening. They need to reroute the river, and the rerouting goes through their original building, so they needed somewhere else to go to. Longmont City brought in HSW developers for them to try and look for another piece of land. Along with Longmont Area Economic Partnership, they got involved as well, and they are all trying to keep creative learning systems within Longmont itself. They found a piece of land that was suitable, and it was really the only piece of land that was available, and it's over on the east side of Longmont, but it has a colony of black-tailed prairie dogs living on this land. Longmont City Code states that they actually need to try and relocate these prairie dogs, and if they can't relocate them, they need to prove good faith efforts that they have tried. And they need to document these and give them to the city. So HSW brought in an environmental consultancy firm to try and prove that they've followed the good faith efforts set out in the Longmont City Code. But local animal groups were also concerned that they wouldn't follow this goodwill effort. So Prairie Protection Colorado got involved. They're a local non-profit based in Colorado, and they were set up by Diana Mayers, who's been talking to Longmont Observer all the way through this story. They want to make sure that HSW Lands try as hard as they can to relocate these prairie dogs, rather than following any of the alternative paths, which are either trapping them live and donating them to a raptor centre where there'll be food for the raptors, or just gassing the prairie dogs and killing them. So first of all, before any of that happens, they need to look for a new site, and this is all tied up in the good faith effort. So the good faith effort is measured by Longmont City, and there are some key people that make sure that the developers have followed the code. They are Joni, the Director of Planning and Development Services for Longmont, and specifically for this project is Ava, the project planner. They take information from Prairie Protection Colorado and also from HSW Lands, and they're sending that information to an outside third party, another environmental consulting firm called ERO. And these guys will basically check whether the good faith effort has been followed before they allow killing of the prairie dogs. So ERO will take the information given to them from Prairie Protection Colorado and also HSW Lands to decide whether the good faith effort to relocate the prairie dogs has been made. Longmont Observer has spoken to Joni who regularly, and she's been giving us updates on the status. She said that ERO are still waiting for a relocation plan at the moment before they make any further decisions. The relocation plan ties into some land that Prairie Protection Colorado have actually found down in Jefferson County. They've been in conversation with David Lucas, who is the land manager at Rocky Flats in Jefferson County. They have land available for the prairie dogs, and Prairie Protection Colorado are really keen to move those prairie dogs there. But before this can happen, they need to submit a permit to Colorado Parks and Wildlife. With this permit, they also then need the approval of the Jefferson County Commissioners, the surrounding landowners, and they also need to have suitable land for the prairie dogs. The suitable land isn't really in question, that's fine. It's more the Jefferson County Commissioners and the surrounding landowners that they need to worry about. But Western Environment Ecology, the environmental consultants for HSW Land, should have submitted this permit by now to try and look at relocating these prairie dogs, but they haven't. What's happened instead is they've had a conversation, according to emails from Prairie Protection Colorado, that they've spoken to Donald Davis, Jefferson County manager, who has come out and said in the papers that Jefferson County would not be a new home for these prairie dogs. That's quite a controversial statement. That's before approval from commissioners or even a permit going through. So that's making it look like they're really not keen to have these prairie dogs here. Even though David Lucas is very keen for these prairie dogs, they're looking at opening a wildlife sanctuary on the site, and they need the prairie dogs as prey for the black-footed ferret. So they're really keen, but because it's federal land, they don't have the final say on this. What's happened instead is Western Environment and Ecology have started dusting the area in Longmont where the prairie dogs are with flea powder. Now this normally happens just before they trap them. It can be for a few different reasons, but at the moment Prairie Protection Colorado are saying that this is what's going to happen before they kill them. They think that they're going to ignore the permit and they're just going to go straight ahead to killing them, even though there's land available. So another interesting thing that's happened is Prairie Protection Colorado have let the Longmont Observer know that they have seen emails from Jessica Erickson, the president of the Longmont Area Economic Partnership, which have gone to surrounding landowners of the Rocky Flats where they want to move the prairie dogs to. She wanted to know if they would be in opposition to the prairie dogs moving to this site. And they have said that they would. They do not want these prairie dogs moved to this land. They've said this in written letters which has been submitted to HSW developers, who have then forwarded this onto Longmont City in their good faith effort to prove that no one wants to relocate these prairie dogs to anywhere. Prairie Protection Colorado have hired a lawyer because they're worried that the prairie dogs may end up getting killed, even though there is land available that is willing to take them. If this does happen, then they're going to do everything in their power to stop creative learning systems getting into this site. So we want to know why HSW Lands have been speaking to the surrounding landowners and also Donald Davis and using their letters for the good faith effort to Longmont City instead of submitting the permit when there is land available to take these prairie dogs. I'm Lizzie Rogers with the Longmont Observer. Thank you for watching.